Littleton, North Carolina is home to the Cryptozoology and Paranormal Museum. Stay tuned for some footage of my recent visit to the museum and some interesting things I actually caught there. This museum is dedicated to the study and display of creatures and phenomena not recognized by traditional science. The museum, which is definitely not your normal museum, is located in the heart of historic Littleton. In the museum itself, you can see a bunch of different Bigfoot casts, photos, and videos. The actual owner of the museum, Stephen Barcelo, is an amazing person that has a ton of information. He actually has his own YouTube channel, which you can find in the links in the description below. I will also be putting it up here on the screen, and you can definitely check it out. There are a lot of videos not only of Bigfoot but also of paranormal phenomenon he has encountered. I will also like to show some paranormal phenomena that I encountered with a group of people in the museum itself. The important thing to note is that this museum is not simply a normal museum. It was actually a house and is the actual residence of Stephen Barcelo and his wife, and they just converted the first floors as a museum style area. So it is very interesting, and it has an array of haunted dolls, haunted objects, and the house itself does present some phenomenon, since they believe it was built around 1850s, maybe even earlier than that, and it had a lot of interesting things. Sometimes activity is low, sometimes activity is higher. When I went there, there was actually a very strange occurrence with the main door to the museum. It was opening by itself at random moments in time. So when I was there with the group, there was a group of people as well. The door opened and we closed it ourselves, obviously. However, I was trying to capture it on video, and something very interesting happened. You'll see now. Thank you very much. Close it, close it.
That's weird.
Motherfucker closed it. Are you gonna open it again? Okay.
Thank you.
So yes, the interesting thing was that when I was trying to prep to get the video, the door opened. So I literally responded as if, wow, thank you. You opened it when I wasn't recording, but can you close it? Like, my thought process was, we were all closing the door. If this was actually an entity opening the door, it should, in theory, be able to close it as well. The other thing that I wanted it to close was because of the fact that, sure, one of the many ways to debunk this would be just the wind. The wind could blow the door open, and there is a reason why that really doesn't convince me that much. However, closing the door would be ridiculous. Like, it would be contrary, like it would be going against the current of wind, so it shouldn't be able to close easily. It could close easily because of an airflow current if you were talking about a closed environment, like a very close, I don't know, a little cabin or something. But in that case, we're talking about a house, meaning the airflow there is not enough to actually close the door back up. And in the moment that I asked for it to close, it legitimately closed and latched. You can actually hear in the video when it latches and you hear the bell and everything. Extremely strange, something that I was not expecting at all. And then again, I asked it once more if it could open it, and the door opened. So there was some weird communication going there. Also important to note, I didn't record this because obviously it was just a waste of time. But after that happened, I was asking it to, do it again. Nothing happened. So it did it in the first moments I asked. After that, whatever did that probably just said, yeah, I already did it. I'm not your circus clown. I'm not gonna do this every single time you ask me to do it. Makes sense. The other thing that I'm gonna show you that I captured in that that little recording of just the general areas of the museum was a very strange, I'd say, an EVP, which would be translated to electronic voice phenomenon. I'm gonna play the clip, and it's gonna cycle through like 2 times, just so you hear the first, then the enhanced audio, then what I think it might say.
When she moves, we're gonna capture her.
So yeah, that was definitely a very strange audio. I was not expecting to get EVP. Honestly, I wasn't even trying to get any audio from those videos. My thought was I was gonna put all those clips together and just put music in the background. But when I was editing those videos, that little moment, I just heard something that was off. So I decided to just boost up the audio, because the owner did say that he had recorded EVPs in the house in the past, but that after he converted it into an actual museum, the EVPs minimized. Obviously, there's more people going inside, there's more things going on, so you're not looking for those EVPs as much. But it was very interesting because that audio in particular also occurred when I was panning my camera over the actual Dybbuk box that they have in display. If you guys aren't familiar with a Dybbuk box, it's basically a box that has some entity, spirit, demon, whatever, enclosed in it. Like it's trapped in that box. They are supposedly made by either Wiccans, witches, shamans, those spiritually inclined individuals supposedly imprison those spirits or those entities in those boxes. So it's interesting that when I was panning over it, I hear that audio, that voice. And at first I thought it was saying like, look at that, or looking back, or something like that, something stupid. But then just thinking about it, there is another thing that it could have been saying, which is lock me back, or lock it back, or put me back. Because if you hear the audio, you can see that it has like 3 distinct sound ondulations, meaning that 3 words were said, and they do somewhat resemble those words. So being a Dybbuk box, what I was actually panning over, and those words combining it with lock it back, lock me back, or put it back, that is actually more compelling and honestly very surprising. When I went to this museum, I definitely was just going to see the museum, grab some video, have some fun, experience something interesting. I was not expecting to conduct any official paranormal investigation here, but I did get some pretty freaking cool bits of evidence. And that was, not doing a full-on investigation, which I have done in the past back home in Puerto Rico. So if you guys like that, I'm definitely looking forward to going back there, actually interviewing the owner for more details regarding the Bigfoot sightings in Littleton, North Carolina, the different cast, maybe staying over in the park, in Medic Park, to just see if I can find something, hear something. The park itself also does have a lot of paranormal activity aside from just the cryptozoology Bigfoot sightings. So definitely would be interesting to see that, and also definitely would be interesting to conduct a more formal investigation in the actual museum itself, and also the famous dollhouse that is nearby that museum, which they also work with. But obviously with COVID restrictions, that is not as easily available right now. Hopefully later on things start getting back to normal and we'll be able to actually visit those places and conduct more investigations. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed this video, those little extra things. It's just something that I'm adding to my channel. Aside from my magic tricks and everything, I'm just adding all of these things which I am very passionate about. I have always enjoyed doing, and now I am slowly getting back into the rhythm of things, actually doing more of this. So thank you very much. If you like this, please comment down below what you would like to see, what you would recommend for investigations in the future with an actual team of people, and also just subscribe, because there is more content coming up as the things go forward, as things slowly go back to normal. There will be more interesting just vlogs and everything coming up. So thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next one.